let's talk about when you are overwhelmed. When you're overwhelmed and you get stuck in that feeling, you can't get out of it, and you just maybe continue to spiral. We talk about the Tasmanian devil a lot. What do you do? So y'all, one of the things that I think is really important and when you get stuck in it is literally taking a step back. Taking a step back, and what we want to do is we want to try to get out of that situation. We're going to try to get you out of the situations. A lot of times we get stuck. We get stuck in it, and we just don't know what to do. And so I want you to take a step back, and I want you to start being curious about your thoughts. What are you thinking? What are you feeling? What are you doing right now? What are you doing when you get overwhelmed? What are your thoughts about being overwhelmed, right? How you feeling inside, and then what are you doing? Now, if that's not working and you still feel overwhelmed, I want you to take another step back, and then I want you to look at it. And have you ever been like on a balcony or something where you can look over, maybe a field, or you're on a stage and you can look down? That's what this is supposed to be like, is that you're supposed to be able to step outside, remove yourself enough of the situation, and start to get curious about yourself, right? There's a situation that's going on. It's not about the situation that's causing you to feel that way. I know a lot of people get confused with this, and this is a tricky situation. This is really a tricky concept here, is that people think that the situation causes them to be overwhelmed or upset. It's not the situation, right? It's not the situation. Whatever's happening in your life isn't there just to make you upset or to make you anxious or to make you frustrated, right? Life isn't trying to do that to you. It's your way of thinking. It's your way of feeling. It's your way of acting. It's the way you relate to the situation. We talked about triggers earlier this week. You are being triggered by this situation. And so what I want you to do is I want you to continue to take steps back. Continue to take steps back until you can overlook that situation. You go be like, oh, Randy, oh, I see you. I see you. Right? You're just seeing yourself in that situation. I see that you just can't think of anything else other than that situation is really bad and horrible, right? But can you take enough steps back where you can be like, oh, okay, I see it now. I see it. Like, I'm far enough removed from the situation that I can think a different way. I can feel a different way, and I can act a different way. All right, y'all? Sometimes we're just too in the situation, and we can't get ourselves out of it. Now, if you have a trouble taking steps back and you can't do it yourself, sometimes we might have to ask people to help us because they are removed from the situation. They can actually see the situation differently than we can. And maybe you ask for help from someone to say, hey, I'm really overwhelmed. I'm really stuck in this situation. Can you help me come up with some ideas how I can think, feel, and act differently? All right, y'all? Hopefully that helps. All right, y'all. Hey, I want to grab your attention for just a second. The club is going to be popping. The club is going to be popping starting June 1st. It opens up, and we want you in the club. We want you in the club, y'all. It's an insane value. It's an insane, I'm telling you right now, for $10 a month. $10 a month, okay? That's a day and a half of Starbucks. $10 a month, $25 for 3 months, or get this, $85 for 12 months. You get to be in the club, y'all. We've got all kinds of, there's live discussions. We've got a kids cooking class. We got college dropout. We got divorced if you're divorced. We're having all kinds of discussions and classes that are exclusive only to club members, okay? there's such an exclusivity. When you're in the Midwest Anxiety Club, you walk around town with your shoulders back and your head high, knowing you are in a good club. You're in a good club. Hey, there's 24/7, 365. You get access to all the people in the club. You get to say, you get to post questions. Hey, what if, or if this happens, people that are going through similar things in their lives, they'll be in the club. They're waiting for you. You'll get to bounce ideas off of them. We'll be in there answering all your questions. You have round the clock access to us to be able to say, hey, Randy, what do you think about in this situation? Y'all, you get free access to all of our resources. Our Midwest Anxiety Resource Library, you get access to. Y'all, you get 50% off all the classes, so much more. Oh, and one more thing. We're throwing in the kitchen sink. Because what else is there to throw in other than the kitchen sink? You guys, get into the club. You won't regret it. You will not regret it. On track, now we gon' way up. Double use as easy as a layup.